louder so you can hear me. So hey guys, we're out here. We're just filling some pivot tracks with that machine right there. So what this guy does is he's kind of designed to just fill the little trenches that the pivot tracks might make. Just kind of all will bring this in here. What this guy, we'll start up front here. A lot of pivot track fillers will have this guy. What he is kind of a guide and a depth wheel, so you don't go too deep or too shallow with the blades. So an idea is this will sit inside that wheel track, and if it's shallow it'll push it up, and if it's deep it'll let it go down, letting these to either dig more or dig less. These first guys kind of gather that big hump in, and then these other guys will kind of feather it out and bring that rest of that ridge in, just so it's fairly level to slightly maybe mounted a little bit. And then these guys kind of finish harrowing it out. So if we come out here, well, I'll just start taking off. So as you can see, I already kind of started making crop circles for people to see my bullseye in the field from the air. Today we got the 6155. We got the loader off it. They usually use it for cattle in the winter. It comes with the loader, but we're using this today. It's a little rougher than a big tractor, but it's probably balanced more for a job like this. So it's a kind of a quad range or power quad, I believe. Not exactly sure the name of it. It's okay, but it's not as nice as like an IVT transmission, an infinitely variable transmission like on our bigger ones. But you do have a shuttle shift over here. It'll back us up. But the track's fairly shallow around here, so it's not going to let this track filler go in the ground very much, but I'm going to leave it there just so it's kind of feathered. You can see it'll still move a little dirt, but it's just not going to let it dig all the way down. So that's what that depth guy is doing. Because the idea of filling pivot tracks, at least for us, is to make it nice and smooth when we come over here with our high-speed planters or any speed planters, and just try to keep the field as level as we can over the years here. Now there's always a few spots that we may have to come back with an actual blade or something and kind of fix, but we try not to disturb it too much, just because we don't want more erosion and things like that. Because usually when you disc something up, it'll kind of basic hydraulics, path of least resistance. But yeah, getting back, this will kind of make it so we're not hitting those with the equipment, every however many feet a tower span is on the, especially with the hills we got. This one's a pretty good, decent side hill. As you can see, we got a little bit deeper one coming up. Downshift a little bit. He's gonna try to make it look all the same, nice and level. Didn't do too bad. So this pivot track filler is made by Orthman. Like I said, a lot of them are kind of designed somewhat the same. A lot of them have that depth band. We demoed one last year that you could actually have a drag in it. So like if you had like a little blade that you could let down. Say if you had a big mound where kind of at the bottom of a hill where a lot of dirt ran and it kind of heaved up your pivot track, well, you can use that and it'll actually act kind of as a scraper to bring that back down, which was handy. It's just we haven't got it yet. Whether or not we will in the future or not, I don't know. We'll see. But this one works decent as well. It just doesn't have that feature. Sorry if my camera skills aren't very good. It's a little bouncy in here. Kind of get some rocking going on without duals and all that stuff. Am I steering right? I don't usually drive tractors. One of the things we like to do, like either me or my brother when we're out here, is kind of, it allows us while we're out here to kind of gauge and kind of scan over the fields to see if there's any trouble areas, whether there's too much residue out here or not enough, or what kind of tillage practice we could do, because we typically either no-till or strip-till. This one, like looking at it, for me would be a candidate for no-till because it's bean stubble and it's fairly smooth out here, and that's kind of what you look for in a seed bed, is consistency and smoothness. Say if I was out here and it was really rough, or there was a lot of cattle tracks, or there was a lot of residue from last year, then you might look at doing a strip till, or maybe if it's really bad, you'd maybe do a vertical till and a strip till, or who knows, just kind of depending on the situation. That's what we would look at while we're out here to see how bad it is widespread while you're kind of scanning the field out here. Might as well be doing something right. When we get up to the pivot up there, it allows me to kind of look at, see if there's any tires that are flat or if anything major's wrong with it. You can kind of just visually inspect a lot of things while we're out here. Or if somebody stole your power unit or something looks suspicious. Just kind of allows you to lay eyes on things that you might have missed over the winter. Also, we've done some of these. My brother did some of these before the winter, or kind of at the end of after harvest last year. So that's typically when we do a lot of them. We just didn't get them all done. I'm coming back and picking up some of these. Oh, bouncy! Coming down that hill. So I guess a good name for this would be a reconnaissance mission. Gather intel on the fields. Made her to a cornfield now.